As runners, we all challenge ourselves in ways we never thought possible, pushing the boundaries of what we're capable of to smash through targets and set ourselves new, bigger and better ones.
This awesome hobby that we share gives us one thing in common, and it brings us together as a community. Whether you're working towards completing your first parkrun or you're a veteran of the sport who's run 100 ultra marathons, we all know the feeling of reaching that maxed out effort and our own red line.
Welcome to our podcast, where your hosts Brett Elesmore and Andy Maguire discuss the struggles, the successes and everything in between on our running journeys, as we all work towards the next time we're running the red line. Hello and welcome to episode 112 of Running the Red Line. I'm your host Brett, and I am joined as always by my co-host Andy. How are you this week, mate?
Yeah, not the best. A little bit. Yeah, struggling a little bit with the old vocal cords. I've had a bit of a chest infection this week, and so it sounds like I'm putting it on. Yeah. In fact, I think Laura might think I actually am, because the unwritten rule in our house is we're not allowed to eat the Manuka honey because it costs a fortune unless somebody's ill. So I've been ill now for about 4 years. So I just said I'm a spoonful after spoon. Have you ever had Manuka honey though? It is.
Oh, it's good, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's New Zealand, isn't it? Manuka honey, I think it's from. I think it's New Zealand.
Does it only come from one place?
Yeah, I think so. Manuka honey origin. Let's have a look. Manuka honey originates from New Zealand and Australia. Sorry, Amelia and Heidi. It is produced by honeybees that pollinate the native Manuka bush, also known as the tea tree.
Oh.
Yeah, so there you go.
Wow,
but,
okay.
The stuff we've got is from New Zealand. That's why I thought it was from there. Yeah. But honestly, it tastes so good. But it's also mega expensive. It's like 40 quid.
Yeah.
It's maybe more than that, actually.
It's like proper maple syrup from Canada. That's always mega expensive. You can get maple syrup flavoured syrup, but proper maple syrup is from maple trees in Canada, isn't it?
That must be just... Imagine that, like, on your pancakes. They've just chopped a tree down outside that morning. Straight on your pancakes. Oh, God, that must be amazing. But yeah, it is good. But apparently, I didn't know this. I mean, everyone else probably did. But apparently you should not only, but it's really good to eat local honey rather than like supermarket honey, for example. Because apparently, obviously the bees and the honey has something to do with the pollination of the flowers that are local to you, are in your ecosystem already. Also, I don't know what the science is, but apparently it's really good to eat local honey, which is why I get all my honey from New Zealand.
Yeah. So did this come on before or after your run on Sunday and Monday?
Well, I could feel when we went down to Devon on the Sunday night, just before I did my long run, I could feel like a real soreness in my throat. And I thought, let's just give this, hopefully I can sleep this off and it'll be fine in the morning. Woke up in the morning is exactly the same. And I thought, well, I can't not do it now because I've got a bit of a sore throat. And then what I should have done really was not do it. But I went and did it anyway. We all would have, wouldn't we?
Oh, of course.
And then, the day after, I just got worse and worse over the next couple of days. But unfortunately, not ill enough to have to take time off work. So I've been to work. And I did that weird, because I have to work in people's houses. I did that weird thing where I went in there and straight away I was on the defensive and I was like, no, I won't shake your hand I don't know how susceptible you are to illness and virus and all that sort of stuff. Just to let you know, straight away they're thinking, bloody hell, has this guy got Ebola? What's he bringing into my house? I said, I've just got a bit of a chest infection. And that's why I had the day off work. And now everyone's been like, yeah, that's all right. Just come on in. But it's you almost have to apologize. Well, I think it's probably nicer to maybe reference it beforehand, just in case someone is vulnerable to viruses and stuff. But sadly, not quite ill enough to have the day off work. It's just one of those things where sleeping is just a nightmare because you're waking up several times. Like you just feel like you can hardly breathe.
Mm.
And but it gets better throughout the day, but I feel quite croaky again. So God knows what I'm going to sound like in 2 hours' time. But I think this. I don't think it's because of the run I did, but I think the run I did not help me feel any better.
Definitely not. No, and you'd probably be a little bit run down after that. So
I'm just a little bit run down.
So it would attack you a bit more. But just saying about Ebola a minute ago, did you ever hear about that footballer who was I can't remember the exact story, but it was something like he was signing for a new team and they sent him for extra medicals to check that he was all right, because the Ebola outbreak had happened and his name was Addy, was his first name, and Adibola was his surname. So on the thing it said Adibola.
Adibola, for God's sake. That's surely a joke. That can't be real. Who've we got? Who's the new kid on the block? Oh, this is Adibola. He's what? Let's get him tested quick. Let's get him tested before he gets the rest of the lads sick. That's absolutely ridiculous. Adibola.
Yeah.
What a name.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I am feeling a bit worse for wear, unfortunately. Yeah. But you think it's not good for me to go to Parkrun. I was thinking of maybe going for my first run this week.
So the same as you gave me some advice last week, I'm going to give you some advice, because as they say, if it's above the neck, so it's in your head, then that's cool. You can go and run. But if it's below the neck and it's on your chest, you really shouldn't. And it's a chest infection you've got, isn't it?
Mm.
So it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Especially as you told me earlier, you went for an hour walk with Daisy and it really took it out of you.
Yeah.
And then your next thought is, I'm going to try and run fast at Parkrun.
Yeah, I'll be fine. Yeah, and it's 28 degrees as well tomorrow. Yeah. What's going on with the weather, by the way?
I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
I know, you look like you've joined. I was going to ask you, how is Gary and Jason and Mark?
Do what you like. Do what you like.
No, I am sat here sweating. Actually, I reckon it's getting warmer as it's getting later. It's supposed to be tomorrow. So what's the date tomorrow? The 23rd of May.
23rd, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be something stupid like.
On Wednesday, it's supposed to be 30 degrees.
Yeah, looking at the thing now, it's going to be 18 degrees at 3 a.m. Sat here now, it's 23.
Yep.
Apparently. It's London.
No, it's 22 where I am, apparently.
Is it?
Yeah.
Blimey. That was the last time I checked the weather forecast on this computer, just before your London Marathon. Yeah, God. It is. It says it's 2021, yeah. So, yeah, tomorrow we can expect 24 degrees high. Sunday, 27. Monday, 30. Tuesday, 29. Absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
So it's going to be nice and warm for us guys.
Yeah.
What's that? Have you seen that Peter Kay thing going around? Oh, I like it warm, but I don't like it this warm.
Yeah. Yeah. With the weather being like that as well, my idea was it's half term next week, so I've got days off from college. So I thought, you know what? With the weather like it is, hadn't planned anything. I just thought I'm going to get in the bus and go away for the day somewhere, even if it's just for the day and I come back in the evening, or I could go somewhere and stay overnight and do a couple of days. But I'm just going to decide to go somewhere at some point. So for that to happen, I thought, right, I need to give my bus a check over, make sure it's all running okay. And it's been sat on my drive for the past 4 months, just not doing anything, and I haven't touched it, which is really bad. I know it is, but anyway. So I jumped in it, started it up, and it started up first time, and I was like, brilliant, this is great. Pumped up the tyre that had gone flat. And then I thought, right, I'm going to drive round to my parents, go and say hello, and then I'll see if my dad wants to come up to the unit and get it on the ramp so we can have a look at it and give it a once over, check it's all okay. So when I do jump in it next week, it will be fine to go. So drove around to my parents, lovely, had 5-10 minutes with them, sat down having a chat, and then I went, right, Dad, meet you up at the unit. I'm going to go and get some petrol from Tesco's, and I'll meet you there. So got in my bus, drove down the road, driving lovely, got onto the dual carriageway towards Tesco, come off at the island, and as I came to the island, it started backfiring a bit, and I was like, oh, this is a bit odd. Pulled away at the island, onto the island, and it died. So I was sat in the middle of an island with rush hour traffic, everybody trying to get home for the bank holiday weekend, flying around the island behind me, and I couldn't move.
Which roundabout? Were you at Morrison's roundabout, the big one?
No. So it was when you go down the dual carriageway, as if you're going down towards Tesco, down to Oakenshaw, but you come off the junction halfway, and it's where Madeleine,
School day.
Where Madeleine and Asda are, that island there, that main island off the dual carriageway, and I just stopped. So luckily, my mate, who runs a Volkswagen garage by chance, was driving past, and he pulled over and got out and helped me push it off the island. So I had to stop all the traffic and get it pushed off the island. We then pushed it down the road, and we were having a look at it, and we weren't sure what was wrong, and we had a little bit of a tinker, and we thought, right, that should have sorted it. I could probably get home. In the meantime, I'd rang my dad and said, I've broken down. He said, yeah, I'll be with you in a minute. So he arrived as well. And I was like, right, you're going to follow me back to the unit, Dad? And he was like, yeah, I'll follow you. So we're all okay. Got in my bus, started it up, went to pull away, and I managed to pull away about 50 meters, and it died again. So I was like, oh. So instead, my dad got his tow bar out, and we had to tow it back to the unit. So we go back to the unit, and we've been having a look at it and trying to work out what's wrong, and we think we've figured out what's wrong with it. Yeah. Now, it felt a bit like the brakes were stuck on, which was weird, because when I was trying to pull away, it was just dying, and it felt like the brakes were on. And when we were pushing it was really heavy to push. But then when my dad was towing it, it was rolling freely. So it can't be the brakes. So it must have been the engine dying every time you were trying to pull away. So we were looking over it to see what it was. And and it's bizarre because we found a little bit of a leak from one of the vacuum pipes. So we put a Jubilee clip on there to make it so it wasn't leaking. And then it still isn't ticking over very well. So we got it on the ramp and got it up to have a look at it. And whilst I was putting it onto the ramp, I noticed that it didn't want to tick over very well, the engine. But when I put my foot on the brake, the engine picked up and it ran perfectly.
Really?
Which is well bizarre, because when there's something wrong with the engine, your first thought is something on the engine is at fault. But it was when I put my foot on the brake, the engine picked up and started running properly. And we've worked out. I know. So we've worked out it's probably the servo, which works off a vacuum, which is produced by the engine, and there's a leak in the servo, so it's allowing air through. So the engine isn't running right because it's sucking too much air.
So you've got to try and find out where that is.
No, we think it's a servo, so I've got to buy a new servo and fit a new servo. The servo is the part on your brakes that allows your brakes to have more pressure than just your foot. So a brake system without a servo, the pressure you put on the brake pedal is the pressure that the brakes put onto the pads put onto the brakes to stop you. So when you have a servo, it uses a vacuum produced by the engine to assist your braking power. So when you put your foot on the brake, it makes the pressure from your foot stronger on the brakes, so it helps stop you quicker.
Yeah,
because imagine a 2-ton bus or a ton and a half.
It's got a heavy load. Yeah.
When you're putting your foot on the brakes, if you've not got a servo, you've got to really stamp on the brakes to get it to stop. Whereas with a servo, you can put normal pressure on, and it puts loads more pressure onto the brakes for you to be able to stop. But within that vacuum system, there is a leak somewhere, which means that the engine ain't running properly, which is bizarre. Because when you think the engine ain't running properly, it's got to be something to do with the engine. You would never think it's the brakes causing the engine not to run right.
So which 30-degree day are you going to choose to do that on then?
Well,
that's going to be nice in the workshop, isn't it?
Yeah. So now I don't know whether I'll be going away in the bus next week or not. It all depends on whether I can get the part in time and we can find time to fix it. So
where's the part coming from? Like Germany or something?
No. You can get it from places within the UK, but it's just ordering it and getting it delivered. So
right, okay.
Well, it's bank holiday weekend this weekend, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's made things a bit.
Yeah, but never mind. It's one of them. The joys of old cars.
Yeah. Well, speaking of which, my car's making a funny noise. The coolant's going again. So, do you remember a while ago, I used to talk about my magical flashy light that used to come on? I thought, my car's having a little party. No. So, my aircon, because obviously I've cranked the aircon up today. I had to have the windows down on the way home. By the way, I'll just quickly tell you the boring stuff. So, my aircon unit, I think it is the radiator or something like that, is making this quite... I don't really know how to say it, but like an engaged hum, if you know what I mean. And it almost sounds like
what's making the hum?
Well, it sounds like something under the bonnet.
Oh, okay. It's making a hum.
Not a hum, but like, it just sounds like something sounds engaged, and it sounds like I'm blooming ready for takeoff.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if that's because my aircon unit's working too hard. I don't know. All I know is that I've had my light intermittently flashing at me. It comes and it goes. And it comes and it goes.
When did this start? Did it start when the hot weather started?
Yeah, so it's only been 2 or 3 days.
So is it the fan on your radiator? Is it when you're sat in traffic, or is it when you're driving?
Both.
Okay. Because if it was just when you were sat in traffic, basically when your engine gets to a certain temperature, your fan on your radiator will kick in to cool down.
I definitely hear it more when I'm stationary or when I'm slower.
Yeah. It might be the fan on your radiator, but if you haven't got coolant in there, then it's going to kick in even quicker because it can't cool itself down properly.
Okay. Well, I know I need to go and get some coolant. So
yeah. When was the last time you topped up your coolant?
Not long ago, probably.
So have you got a leak somewhere?
Yeah, maybe.
6 months ago. Oh, okay. Yeah. No. Yeah.
I mean, that's more than you should be topping up. But
I don't know. 6 months ago is long enough to have to top up again. So.
Are you telling me the average person tops their coolant up every 6 months is way too long?
Yeah.
No.
You need to be checking it more than that.
God, don't bother with that. I just turn the ignition on and hope for the best.
Well, can you remember when you said you needed to do something because the light was on your dash, and you'd got basically no oil in your engine and no coolant?
Yeah. Oh, the oil light keeps coming on as well. So I think I need to top up some oil.
Mate.
So I do need a trip to Halfords. So I think I'm just more anxious about going to Halfords than actually sorting my car out.
Don't go to
off in
Halfords.
Halfords.
Don't go to Halfords
Where
for
else?
oil and
Where
coolant.
else where am I going to get car supplies from?
Not Halfords. Halfords is like the most. The Halfords is the place that people who only ever go every 6 months to get something go to get their parts.
Hello.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But there are so many other places that you can get much cheaper stuff from. Where? So there's places like Euro Car Parts or
I've heard of them.
GSF or what was the?
Oh, there used to be one in Bromsgrove called Bromsgrove Motor Factors.
Yeah, Bromsgrove Motor Factors.
They've closed down now, haven't they?
No, they've moved. So they're down by Morrison's now.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, and all places like that. So small motor factors will be a lot cheaper than Halfords and won't rip you off.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll see locally where I can go. Basically, I do want to avoid Halfords.
It's like the difference between going to Big Tesco or Tesco Express, because Tesco Express is the convenience store, so it's more expensive because it's just around the corner, so I'll go and get it. That's like Halfords. Halfords is everywhere. So you'll go into Halfords because you can always see an Halfords, but it's more expensive because it's the convenience place that everybody just automatically thinks of. Whereas if you go to the bigger one, then you're going to get it cheaper. So go to a proper motor factors, which might be a bit further out the way. You're not going to pay as much.
Yeah, but I'll spend 20 quid in petrol getting there. I'll break down on the way there because I didn't go somewhere closer to get coolant. But anyway, enough about coolant, because I'm sure our listeners are loving this. In fact, that's probably easing people's heat exhaustion right now if anyone's listening to us on their Sunday long run.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to know if anyone is doing a Sunday long run today, whenever you're listening to this.
Yeah.
In this weather...
I've got a long run planned for Sunday. I've got an idea of what I want to do. Rather than just going out and doing my usual Sunday route and Sunday loop, I've got an idea of what I want to do and where I want to go.
Are you going to be
less So I'm gonna get on the train and go to Birmingham.
Nice.
And then run back, but I've not decided on what route. I've not decided whether I want to go canal route or roads route.
Yeah, do the canal.
Yeah.
It'll feel a bit more like an adventure then.
Yeah.
Because the roads won't be very inspiring because you'll be running down dual carriageways for half of it, won't you?
No,
I'd
go through I'd go down Pershore Road and go through Cotter Ridge and all that sort of way. And Sturchley and all that area.
Yeah, I'd take the canal.
Yeah, I think I might do.
But just going back to my car journey, by the way. So what I decided to do, I turned the aircon off and I had the windows cranked down. And I was not thinking about my fuel consumption. In fact, I was not giving a hoot, if anything, because I was thinking... all this resistance and drag I'm causing by having two open windows.
But at the same time...
Because... Go on.
At the same time, if you'd have had your aircon on, you'd use more fuel by having the aircon on.
Well, what psychopaths have got the aircon on and the windows open?
No, I know. But what I'm saying, if you'd got your windows closed and your aircon on, you'd be using more fuel anyway because you've got the aircon on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, fair point. But anyway, right. So because to cut long story short, I've got no Spotify anymore. And I am now in the car.
What do you mean? What do you mean you've got no Spotify anymore? What's that mean?
I don't know how much I can say without getting myself into trouble. All right, my dodgy box guy. He's got a Spotify offer.
Okay.
And I got an email 4 weeks ago saying, "We know you're not listening to us from Egypt." So my account's basically been suspended. So that was a good use of 40 quid, wasn't it? So I've asked him what's going on, and he's ghosted me. So that's good, isn't it? Anyway, nice. So I'm not paying. What is it? $19.99 a month? Oh, it's not cheap, is it?
Is that how much it is for Spotify Premium?
Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's more. But like
you can have you can have free Spotify. You just have to listen to adverts.
I'd rather not listen to it than have the adverts.
What?
Laura has.
Do you have YouTube? Do you have YouTube Premium?
No, I don't mind that.
So you watch the adverts on that?
Yeah, but
what's wrong with it on Spotify then? Yeah,
I can't.
It's only like listening to the radio.
I can't do it. I literally can't do it. I can't do it. But anyway,
see, modern day has spoiled you. Back in the day when we used to listen to BRMB and have to put up with it.
Oh, BRMB. Do you remember some of the jingles? Did we talk about this?
96.4 FM BRMB.
Tammy Goodin, Les Ross. Oh, those were the days. I actually think Jeremy Kyle started out on BRMB.
Yeah, we've said this in the past on the pod. Jez's Late Night Confessions.
That's it. Yes.
We used to listen to that when my dad used to take me into Birmingham. When I was at uni, my dad used to give me a lift into Birmingham so I could go out in the evening. We used to listen to Jez's Late Night Confessions on the way there.
Yeah. Oh, good times. But do you remember any of the jingles that they used to play? I remember the Kidderminster Carpets one. Perfect fit every time. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Kidderminster Carpets, a perfect fit every time. So there was that. Again, if we talked about BR&B, I've probably mentioned this. But do you remember it had like a when I'm cleaning windows kind of sound, and it was Stetchford tiles.
Yes.
Yeah. It was, what was the jingle? It was something like, big ones, small ones, pattern door plane. You call in once, you'll have to call again. We have got a lot. Come and have a look. Get it all at Stetchford tiles. It was like doing the Lambeth Walk kind of sound, isn't it?
That's incredible. Yes, I do remember that now.
Small ones, pattern door plane. You call in once, you'll have to call again. Brilliant. Oh, good times. I did used to love listening to BR&B. I said that to Laura. I said, like, we were talking about 90s music the other day, and the reason that, well, I'm just going to say our generation of age group really have got such a inbuilt knowledge of 90s music is because we used to have the radio on all the time.
Yeah.
And we used to listen to the top 40 countdown.
You'd have your cassette ready, and you'd be ready to pause it as soon as they started talking.
Yeah.
And then you'd unpause it as soon as the song started.
BR&B. Do you remember they did, again, did I mention this? They did Two Strangers and a Wedding. Do you remember that? They did, they had this idea where they got a bit like maths or speed dating, basically. They got two strangers and they got them married. And it was a big thing they did on the radio. It was the first of its kind and all that. Yeah, they split up within a couple of weeks. Two Strangers and a Wedding, that was.
Can you remember, obviously it wasn't local radio, it was national radio, but when Radio 1, because they now do the Radio 1's big weekend, and it's like a big festival weekend. Can you remember when they used to do the Radio 1 Roadshow?
No.
So it was like a one-day event rather than a weekend. And they just used to go and do a day like radio show from a certain place within the country. And I remember one year it was down in Cornwall, and it was when Chris Evans was doing the Radio 1 breakfast show. And we were down in Cornwall the weekend that the Radio 1 Roadshow was on. And we bumped into Chris Evans in a pub in St Ives.
Oh, no way.
I didn't realise, but he is massive. He's so tall. Yeah, he's so tall.
No way. Well, he keeps coming up like a cookie on my YouTube because I must have watched. I tell you what it was. Did you see This Messy Happy? Ben and Mary were on his show.
Yes, because he started on his radio show doing TFI Friday.
Yeah, well, that's what keeps coming up on my YouTube because I must have watched the Chris Evans thing. And I've been watching all these interviews of him with Sean Ryder and 22-year-old Kylie Minogue and Ewan McGregor. I can't stop watching them. And but yeah, do you remember a show he did called Boys and Girls? But that was hosted by Vernon Kay, actually. But it was his design, and it was a Friday night show. And they used to have different games to play. It was a boys' team and a girls' team.
Oh yes, yeah.
And Chris, a bit like Funhouse, the twins, or he would just make a really random appearance in a golf buggy, wave, and then drive off. It was the weirdest thing. But I remember Vernon Kay, and there was an Irish girl called Orla, who was the host. That's all I remember about that. What a weird memory that was. Sorry, I don't know what triggered that. Yeah. Chris Evans, TFI Friday. Why are we talking about that? Right. Can I go back to my actual thing I was trying to tell you, right?
We were talking about Chris Evans because of Radio 1 Roadshow from BRMB. Yes.
Yeah. So, by the way, when they used to do those roadshows, was that back in the day when they wouldn't announce what city they were doing it in until like 24 hours?
Yeah, they'd pop up. Yeah. That was, but yeah. I think that was in the 90s as well, when the Chris Evans was down in Cornwall when we were down there back in the 90s. That was.
What is it? Well, the reason that I don't know if a lot of people will probably know who we mean, but there's a couple called Ben and Mary who are pretty big on YouTube. They've got, I don't know, 100k, 50k subscribers. They've got a lot. Yeah. And they did the London Marathon because they're over from Thailand. And they were in somewhere like, I don't know, Waterloo Station or something. And they saw Chris Evans and Chris Evans' wife. And Chris Evans' wife said, "Oh my God, I feel so starstruck. It's Ben and Mary."
Oh, wow.
So then, so they called them over and started chatting. And Chris Evans introduced them onto it. And they were like, Chris Evans was like, "Are you free tomorrow morning? Do you want to come on my breakfast show on Virgin or whatever he does?"
I didn't realise that's how it had happened.
Yeah, and he introduced them by saying, "You're my wife's favourite YouTube channel. She never misses a video."
Brilliant.
So, it's actually a good little 10-minute segment because I think that's what they got, 10, 15 minutes on the breakfast show or something like that. Yeah, so it's actually well worth a watch.
Because he had Hugh Brayshaw on as well, didn't he? The I don't know. The guy who runs London Marathon.
Oh, I remember. Yes, I know who that is, yeah. Okay, yeah.
So I thought it was part of that, but it wasn't. It was just that they bumped into him. That's amazing.
He's got a strange interview technique, Chris Evans, hasn't he? He's quite direct, and he's not very I don't know. He's quite cutting with his remarks, isn't he? I've noticed this from his TFI Fridays. Like the way he says things is almost quite rude.
Yeah.
He's very direct, isn't he? But well, he's obviously doing something right because he's had decades and decades of airtime. But I've got no Spotify, so
we've been all around the region. Now we're coming back to where we started. Yeah.
So I remembered that because I worked down in Gloucestershire today, so I had a good hour to get home. So I thought I'll go I opened the boot and put my bag in there, and I realised for literally years I've had my CDs that I always used to have in the boot of the car. I've never chucked them, and it was one of those good old zippy CD cases with a double pouch, and you turn it over. There's another two, and there's another two. So I went through, and I was like, I'm so spoiled for choice here. I was like, I don't know what to listen to. This is such a walk down memory.
Boyzone. There's Blue.
Literally was NSYNC. Celebrity 2000. What an album that is. That's it's got a Girlfriend. Do you remember that song?
Yeah.
Would you be my girlfriend?
Would you be my girlfriend? Be a shining star.
Yeah, I'll be the one to shine with your girl. It's got Nelly on it, hasn't it? That song. But I didn't listen to that because I was like, that's a fantastic album. But I went for it's so Partridgean, so Partridge-esque. I went for the best of Bryan Adams. And I was absolutely, but I was basically, I'm 40 now. I was basically like a 40-year-old, 12-year-old when I was 12, because I was listening to that album when I was that old. And I listened to the album, put it in the machine, and it didn't skip once. I was like, wow, this is amazing. I can't believe it's held its value all this time. And it's just been a CD case.
Can I just go back? Can I just go back a second and say you are definitely 40 now, because you just said I took the CD and put it in the machine.
Yeah, put it in the CD player. Sorry. Put it in the machine. Put it in the doings, as my mom would say. And on some of those songs, it's like George Michael. It's like the amount of bangers Adams has had over the years.
How many times did you do some air guitar whilst you were driving?
I would have got another speed awareness course if I'd have been caught today. Like cruising down the M50, listening to The Only Thing That Looks Good on Me
is you.
Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, what a shit. And do you remember the Spanishy guitar one sounding called To Really Love a Woman?
Yes.
What a track really that is.
Love a woman.
What a song. Oh, that's an incredible. I've got
yes.
What else
Did it also have obviously Summer of '69?
Yeah.
And Everything I Do for You. Did it have Baby When You're Gone?
Yes. Underrated song.
Excellent.
That's an excellent song, yeah. It didn't have it was actually it was called the album is called The Best of Me. So it's one of them that's like a greatest hits, but he's also trying to slip in a few new tracks.
Okay.
So do you remember when he had the song Cloud Number 9?
Name rings a bell.
Well, you probably don't know it because it was one of his flops. That's on it. There's a couple of other songs, but there's what do you call what's one up from a duet, a trio? I don't know what would you call it?
A trio.
Trio. There's Bryan Adams, Sting, Rod Stewart. I think this is a song from Robin Hood. What's the Robin Hood film called?
Prince of Thieves. Yeah.
And I think the song is called
Robin Hood, Men in Tights.
No, it wasn't that one. It was called All for Love. Do you remember that song?
Don't know if I do.
It goes all for one and all for love, and all three of them start like giving it the big one. And it's a good little meeting of minds, that one. So you got Stewart giving it the big, and then you got Sting.
I was going to say there's someone who I'm not a fan of, and is also possibly should have retired 20 years ago. Rod Stewart.
Do you reckon he's like Donald Trump? Do you reckon he's got a wig?
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Because how old is he? 100? 120?
Yeah,
and he still looks like he's he still looks like he's prime Oasis, doesn't he, with that Barnett.
And he's got 100-year-old vocal cords as well, by the sounds of it.
Yeah, they don't sound healthy at all, do they?
No.
He's another one, a bit like Gordon Ramsay, where he claims he's Scottish, but I don't know how Scottish he is. Like, Gordon Ramsay was Scottish until he found out that he wanted to go and live in London, and then he just completely changed his accent, didn't he? So I didn't realise that Gordon Ramsay was a professional footballer.
Yeah, he was,
until the age of about 18, I think. I actually think he played for Rangers, and he got absolutely nobbled, and he got an incredible career-ending injury at a young age, and somehow went into the food industry, and then he must have gone down to London. But I wonder what his accent was like. Maybe he had that public school accent from Scotland. I don't know.
Because he went to work for Marco Pierre White, didn't he?
Oh, I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, that's who was his basically mentor.
Oh, I didn't know that. Right. Well, yeah, Rod Stewart. I don't know if well, apparently he's Scottish as well, isn't he? I don't know if he is. It's a bit like everyone on St. Patrick's Day. It turns out I am Irish for one day.
Yeah. Turns out I'm a 16th Irish.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm Irish, guys. I actually am Irish. So yeah, there was some absolute. I was just in absolute heaven. There's another one.
Yes. Yes.
And loving it, driving home. And then I found another CD that I haven't put in the old machine since 2004 when I was at uni. I found a clone CD. You know, one of those CDs you make yourself.
Oh yeah. Like
when you've got everything.
Yeah, and it's got a pen writing what on the top of it is.
Yeah, when you burned a CD. Well, yeah, imagine telling the youth of today what burning a CD is. They wouldn't have a clue what that is, would they? How long did that take? Oh, about 45 minutes. What do you mean? What, for 7 songs? Yeah, basically. You're going to show me a CD of
like these.
Oh, look at that. I did not doubt you for 1 second. I have not seen one of those. Those things are like turtle killers, aren't you? Look how much plastic is in your hand right now. That is absolutely amazing. Yeah. You used to get that disc of CDs, and you sometimes get about, I think it was about 30 or something, wouldn't it? In a circular, under a cloche, a plastic cloche. And so I'd written on this, and I remember writing on this song, Rockin' Tunes. Now, there was no G on the rockin'.
Was there an apostrophe instead?
There was an apostrophe, yes. Now, if I'd have done it now, I probably would have spelt it CHOONS, but I wasn't. I was obviously taking myself quite seriously back then. So I thought, I think I remember this particular purple CD. So I put it in. First song, I thought, Andy, I'm so proud of you. 18-year-old me I had Always on the Run, Lenny Kravitz, track 1. I was like, still sounds as good today. Next song, Black Betty.
Bambalam.
What a track. Yeah. What else I've written on it? Black Crows, Too Hot to Handle. Mm-hmm. Too Hard to Handle. That is a monster song, isn't it? Because I think is that a cover? I think that's a cover. I think it is. Do you know the song I mean?
I wouldn't be able to sing it to you.
If you heard it, you'd be wanting the band to do it because it's mega, it's massive. Jamiroquai, Deeper Underground.
Oh, great tune.
Mega.
Was Deeper Underground the song that he did for Godzilla? Yes.
Yeah, because he's jumping.
And the video was him in the cinema walking over all the seats while it was all flooding.
Yeah. It's a pretty ahead of its time video, wasn't it? With his big hat on.
Yeah.
So take your hat off, Jay.
No video is
under doorways easier.
No video is going to beat Virtual Insanity, though.
Oh, come on. That's incredible.
With the moving floor. Because you know how they did that, don't you?
No.
They moved the room. So the floor wasn't moving. It was the room that was moving around him in a big, huge hangar.
That must have made him so sick.
The room was on wheels, and they would move the room where he was dancing as he was moving around.
That's like the Alton Towers ride we went on.
Yeah.
Hex.
Yeah.
That is sickly, though, that thing. You feel like you're turning upside down. And I've got a couple of others here. Give In to Me, Michael Jackson on the Dangerous album.
Oh, yes. I've got Dangerous on
Slash. Tape. Oh, baby. That is a great album, isn't it? Dangerous.
Yeah.
So, and then another one I had.
It's got Dirty Diana on it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Slash
remember the
playing.
time? I think Black or White's on there.
Yes.
Do you remember the time? What else? Dirty Diana is ridiculous. So cool. Yeah. So cool.
Yeah. Slash was the guitarist on that, weren't he?
I think he was. Yeah.
Dirty Diana. Yeah.
And one other one, I felt so cool driving through Ross on Wye with the windows down to Jumping Jack Flash by the Stones. I was just like, this is a good Friday afternoon. The sun was shining. I'm giving it the big one. I was fun in a crash by a hurricane. Loving it. And listening to my rocking tunes. And yeah, so maybe I will have to bring the CD case into the podcast one day and show you. Some of them were absolutely brilliant. One of them was the 100 greatest, and part 1, the 100 greatest love songs ever of all time. CD 1. I don't know where the rest of the CDs
don't know where
are.
CD 2 is.
I don't know where 2 is, or something like that. I think it was 40 and I got 20 on each. Now 29, Rhythm of the Night is on there.
Amazing.
La 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 is on there.
Amazing.
Girl, I Want to Make You Sweat. That's a mega song. I don't know if you're into Kasabian or not. I found the Kasabian album in there. Their first album with Clubfoot on it. I think it's just, I don't know what their album's called. So that was on there. What else? I got some shockers. Have I told you one of my favourite albums of all time is Maroon 5, Songs About Jane?
Is it really?
Yeah. That's an incredible album.
Wow. I only really know This Love off that album.
Oh, honestly, a musically educated mind like yourself, I think you would really enjoy that album, because it was before Maroon 5 got too big, before they, would, what you would say is sold out. There's some really good songs in there. Loads of Stevie Wonder influences, loads of 70s rock influences. It's just good. It's a really, really good album, start to finish. That's one of my all-time favorite albums, Songs About Jane. And I found that. I've just got so many. I found the Prodigy album. I can't remember the name of it, but the one with Diesel Power on it. I've got so many the NSYNC Celebrity album.
Was Diesel Power on Fat of the Land? The one with the crab on the cover? Or was it the one before that?
I don't know. I don't think it's the Fat of the Land. But it might be.
It wasn't on the Experience, was it? Because that was
I think it's the one before Firestarter. That era.
Firestarter was on Fat of the Land, I'm sure.
Because I think.
But the Experience was their first album, wasn't it? So, what would it be on? I'm gonna Google it.
I feel like it's got a big A. Is it an A or a triangle on the CD cover, on the artwork?
Oh no, it's on Fat of the Land. Diesel Power.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Maybe it is that album then. Right. Fair enough.
1997.
Right. I have got the Rage Against the Machine album. Is that just called Rage Against the Machine, that album? Oh no, it can't be.
The one with the black and white cover with the
it's got
burning on the front.
Has it got Bomb Track on it and Killing in the Name of? There's some mega
Balls
songs
on Parade. Oh no, Balls on Parade was another album. That was the album Balls on Parade.
Right.
Because you had Rage Against the Machine, which was self-titled, which is the one with the black and white cover with the guy burning on the front, and then Balls on Parade. No, Balls on Parade was on Evil Empire, which is the one with the boy on the front and the scroll in front of him saying Evil Empire.
Embarrassingly, I found a lot of my old Robbie Williams albums.
Ugh.
A lot of Williams albums, yeah. However, his first album, I don't know if you've listened to it, it's called Life Through a Lens.
Yeah.
And that's maybe some of his best stuff. There's a song on there called South of the Border I quite like.
Yeah. I've heard it because you couldn't get away from it back in the 90s, could you?
I know, yeah. He was in your ears everywhere you went. But yeah, so I really had a big walk down it because I haven't touched that CD case for so long, and having it in my hands and having all these CDs there, and this is how I used to listen to my music.
And that is why physical media is the king of everything. I have got so many. Like I've still got all of my cassettes I ever bought. I've still got all of my CDs I've ever bought. I've
Have you
still
got
got
tape
all.
player?
Yeah. I've still got all of my VHS videos I've ever bought. Still got all my DVDs, all my Blu-rays, everything.
Do you know how to transpose a tape to
Transpose?
a
What? Like shift it up a key or down?
or whatever it's called?
Transfer.
Video to digital.
Yes.
Have you got that equipment?
Yes, I have somewhere. Yeah, you need a VHS player and a digital converter, which will then go on plug into a laptop, and you have to do it like in real time. There's no way of speeding it up, so it's just a case of press. It's basic case of pressing play on the VHS player, and then
like
through the cable, it records onto the computer as a digital file.
As pretty much everybody did in the 90s, we have, or my mum has still got, and luckily we've never chucked it, is it a JVC?
Yeah.
I think it's a JVC camcorder. And it's
nice.
This brilliantly 90s camel and burgundy hold all that's the size of a lunchbox, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And there's some tapes in there. And we, back in the day, put them onto VHSs as well. And I would kill to look at some of that holiday footage from 1992 when we went to America, or when we went to Gran Canaria 96. You know, I'd love. We went to Blackpool once because my mum, who was it? My mum's auntie had a caravan in Blackpool, and we had it for the week. And my mum thought it'd be a good idea for us to ask her if we could go up and stay there. And we had just got a new puppy at the time called Rio. She was an Alsatian, and she was about, I don't know, 5 months old at the time. She ransacked the gaff. She absolutely destroyed. My mum, so for example, her pride and joy in this little old lady's caravan was this like super chintzy not tea towel, what's it called? Tablecloth that goes over a circular table. By the time we left, it was a doily because Rio had just yanked it and ripped it and completely chewed it. So by the time it finished, it was the size of a Frisbee. And we put it there and hoped that she didn't notice. Funnily enough, we never got invited back.
Brilliant. I am just searching at the moment through some old photos because back in, when was this? Does it tell me a date? Back in 2011, when I actually used to make art, we had an exhibition and I did a video installation. But all of my video installations, I always used to use old obsolete tech. So I put my videos onto VHS and played them through black and white old school CRT TVs. So all of the videos that I'd shot, I had to backwards format. So like you want to go from camcorder or VHS to digital, I had to go from digital to analog onto tape. So this was my setup whilst I was making all of those. I don't know if you can see that. So there's a laptop with a camcorder attached, and then the laptop is playing through the camcorder into the VHS player, and then the VHS player is showing what's being recorded on the VHS through the black and white TV.
No way, that's pretty cool.
And then that made that video installation.
So did you get any of that on video? Have you got any physical recollection of that? Could you show us what that?
No, I've only got photos.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But basically I made like a trail of the VHS players out the back of the TVs and stacked the TVs. And the whole concept of it was, and it was like the first thing saw when you went into the gallery, which was quite cool. But the whole concept of it was I filmed my the bottom half of my face 9 different times, counting. So the first TV screen was me counting 1 over and over and over again. The second screen was me counting 1, 2 over and over and over again. The third screen was counting up to 3, all the way up to 9. And then they just repeated for hours. So they were all counting at different times, but then every now and then, everything would line up and all 9 screens would say 1 at the same time, and then it would all go out of sync again. And it was all to do with chaos and order, and the fact that it sounded like chaos, but at some point within that chaos, it would end up as one point where it was completely ordered and completely in sync, and then immediately go back into chaos again.
Oh, that's very cool. Yeah. The set looks like some sort of indie music video.
Yeah.
Looks like you could have put a band or something. You could have put Natalie Imbruglia doing the Torn video in front of that.
Yeah, very true. But that was back when I actually used to make art, and now you grow up and life gets in the way and you don't have time to do anything.
Now we just make YouTube vlogs and call them art.
Yeah.
Can I say something that annoys me?
What's that?
I can't stand it when people call YouTube vlogs films. I totally get it.
Yeah.
If you've made a film, if you've made a short film, then call it a film.
Yeah.
But if you've just reviewed a pair of Metaspeed Skies, that is not a film.
No.
That is a YouTube video. Don't call it a film. I don't know why that annoys me so much. Sometimes I've just got these things that annoy me so much. I don't know why that annoys me. And just, you're going to have to work harder than putting the 2 black bars at the top and the bottom, you know, to actually call something a film. But
putting a letter in a letterbox.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know why that annoys me.
Can you remember back in the day when we used to have 4x3 TVs? Yeah. So there was no such thing as a widescreen TV. All TV screens were 4x3. So to watch widescreen films, they got put in a letterbox with a black bar at the top and the bottom. But there was loads of people who always used to complain and say, but I want the rest of the screen. I want to see the whole of the film. And it was like, no. But by having that black box top and bottom, you're seeing more of the film because you're seeing the bits either side of the TV. And they're like, no, but I've got black bar at the top and the bottom. So I want to see the whole of the film. And you're like, no, you're seeing more by being smaller. But that whole concept of it being smaller to be bigger was really weird because all of our TVs were square. Well, not quite square, but 4x3. Yeah. And then I remember they changed. Everyone suddenly had a widescreen TV, didn't they? Yeah. Because the aspect ratio was probably wider than 16:9, wasn't it? Yes. For some TVs. Because it was really quite panoramic, wasn't it? In the early noughties, in the late 90s. And I think they all realised, no, actually, that's a bit too wide. Everyone's a bit sort of stretched here. And then some widescreen TVs weren't wide enough, so you still had the black bar at the top and the bottom on a proper film. Even though they had expanded it wider, it still wasn't wide enough to fill the screen. Do you know, I remember that was one of the days that I felt so grown up. I remember I was 21 and I just got my first job after coming back from uni. And I got... How responsible is this, Brett, right? I'd saved up my first couple of paychecks and I went to somewhere in Redditch. I can't remember where. Benson's for Beds or some cheapo bed place in Redditch. I bought a double mattress for myself and I bought a really super slim that probably cost 70 quid back then. So it probably wasn't... Actually, no, that's probably quite big money back then. Like a 4x3 flat screen TV for my bedroom because I was living back at home with mum and dad. So I bought myself a little mattress. I can't believe. I'm thinking about it.
I think my mum and dad have absolutely fleeced me there. Because when I left home, I left the bed. I didn't take it with me, so they just got a nice guest room bed.
Yeah, I did that. I paid to have a bed made because I didn't want a single bed, but I didn't want a double bed in my old room at my mum and dad's because a double bed would have taken up too much room in the room. So I had a 3/4 bed made specifically for that room, and then it's still there.
Here's a question me and Laura fall up about very often. How big is a queen size bed?
A queen size, I think, is bigger than a king size.
See, I disagree. I think it's in between a single and a double.
See, that's what you would think, but I'm not entirely sure.
I'll tell
see,
her.
the,
I'll tell her.
the,
I'll
the
tell her
logic,
you're on her side.
the logical answer is yes, it's the next size up from the single before a double bed. That would be the logical answer. But I think actually it is bigger.
But I also think there's two answers here because I think an American queen is different to a UK queen size. I think.
Hang on. Queen size bed versus king size. In the UK, a king size bed is significantly larger than a queen bed. So you are right. It's the one in between. Logically speaking, that makes sense because, like, in cards, you've got a jack, queen, and a king. And the king is the top and the queen's the one below. So it does make logical sense. A standard UK king measures 5 foot by 6 foot. Well, 5 foot by 6'6". And a standard UK queen, often called a small double, is 4 foot by 6'3".
It's a running podcast.
Yeah.
Have we mentioned running once?
No. Yeah, I said I'm going to go and run down the canal on Sunday. There you go.
Yeah, and then we quickly changed the subject, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, UK bed sizes. Hang on, quickly.
Oh, here we go.
So we've got a small single, then a single, then a small double, which is a queen size. Then you've got a double, then you've got king size, and then you've got super king.
Yeah. Laura and I have thought about buying 2 singles and pushing them together because the amount of hotels we've been to.
That would make a super king.
Yeah. The amount, when we went to Seville and we stayed in a hotel, the one with the balcony, she felt like she was in Valencia. She felt like she was so far away. And it was just such a nice way to sleep. Because double beds for 2 people, it's a bit snug.
But because a single is 3 foot wide, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas a double isn't 6 foot because super king is 6 foot. What is a double? A double is 4.5 foot. So you're actually only getting half another single on a double.
Yeah.
You're getting a single and a half to make a double, which doesn't make sense because double should be double.
Yeah,
a single.
Absolutely. Doesn't just mean 2 people can fit in it.
Yeah, it just means 2 people. Yeah, it's enough for 2 people.
It's like Van Gogh's classification of a 3-man tent. Like, really? Are you really getting 3 human beings in this tent comfortably? Yeah.
Yeah. But it looks here that a king size is actually only 6 inches bigger than a double. It's 5 foot wide, and then a super king is 6 foot wide. So
wow.
There we go.
Well,
beds on a running podcast.
There you go.
To be honest, that is something I've been thinking about recently. Have you got any recommendations of good quality mattress brands? Because my mattress, I swear, I've had it for so long now that it's got dips in it and everything, and I reckon my body would be in so much better shape if I actually had a decent mattress.
Well, our mattress, we went to Benson's for Beds or Dreams or one of those bed shops a few years ago to get a Tempur. Have you heard of that?
Oh, yes.
Tempur.
Yeah.
They're like they're like I don't know, they're pretty expensive.
Yeah, they're like the Rolls Royce, aren't they, of mattresses?
But the guy was clearly on commission and ended up flogging us a Simba mattress, as in Simba from the Lion King.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's basically the same thing, but ours is, because with Temper, I'm pretty sure there is the same material that they use in, it can't be, can it? Astrophysics, or like some sort of NASA space shuttles or so. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But they're so heavy to get up and downstairs. Because the one we've got, this Simba, is a half and half. So it's half foam, half sprung.
Oh, okay.
So the springs are underneath the foam.
Yeah.
I think. Or is the foam on the bottom layer?
No, it'll be the springs at the bottom. To make it comfier, the springs will be at the bottom.
We've had that pre-lockdown, and we still love it. It's still it's still a really good mattress. So that's called a Simba, but it's silly money. It's like, I wouldn't even know. You're talking £1,000.
What?
Simba double mattress. Let's have a look.
Don't think I'll be buying one of them. I think I'll put up with my dip.
No, 700.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Thinking about it, I don't think we would have paid £1,000 for a mattress. I think the Temper ones are well over that, but they're not cheap, but they are good. But it's one of those things, isn't it? It's like running shoes. It's like, if you're going to do something a lot, i.e., go to bed, maybe it could be worth spending a bit of money on it.
We spend a third of our life in bed.
Yeah. So if you can afford it, why not treat yourself?
Yeah.
But I don't know. If you're going to go to one of those Benson's for Beds types, dreams places, then you probably have got a bit of negotiation wiggle room. Because
are you on commission for Benson's for Beds? Because that's about the 10th time you've mentioned them today.
Yeah. Yeah.
If anyone from Benson's for Beds is listening, I am
off bank holiday weekend.
Yeah, I am in the market for a new mattress.
Yeah. Oh God, that'd be great. Imagine if that would be so running the red line, wouldn't it? Not Adidas or Pure Sport or anything we get a sponsor by a bed company. That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? But if you can spend silly money on and it's just the mattress. It's obviously not the frame.
Yeah,
so
my frame's perfect. It's still really solid. I just need a decent mattress.
Well, maybe as well, thinking about the running, a good mattress is another good motivator to get a good mattress, because not only you want a good night's sleep, you need to recover.
That's what I mean. My back, some mornings when I wake up, my back's in bits, and I'm sure it's because of the mattress. It might be because I'm having to sleep in a really funny position because the cats are on the bed and I can't move because it might disturb them. So I'm in like the weirdest, strangest position. That might have something to do with it, but it's also because of the mattress. Yeah.
But, Benson's for Beds, bank holiday weekend. Get down there, 10% off. Yeah. Tell them we sent you. Who sent you? Never heard of them. 10% off? No, there isn't. But before we're in danger of actually talking about running, can I mention one other thing that I did this week? Laura and I watched a film.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Project Hail Mary.
Yeah.
This week. And really, really enjoyed it. Really good.
Yeah, I've heard really good things about that.
I watched it. I obviously won't spoil it because it's a relatively new film, so a lot of people won't have seen it. I watched it expecting it to be a little bit like Interstellar, or I don't know, something that's almost very scientific and takes you on a educational journey through time and space. Yeah. It's not exactly like that.
Is it more of a buddy movie?
Yes. However, it's not a spoof. It's not a silly film.
No.
The special effects in it, I actually wish that we'd have watched it in the cinema because it's so immersive. Some of the orbiting shots and some of the spacecraft shots and spacewalk stuff is just so good. And yeah, really, and I am really starting to come around to Ryan Gosling. He was in the category for me of Ryan Reynolds, of actors I dislike for basically no reason.
Wow,
but lately, I can't stand Ryan Reynolds. I think it's the Wrexham thing, but...
Have you ever watched Drive?
Drive.
With Ryan Gosling in?
Drive. Am I thinking of Crash? I'm thinking of Crash. What's Drive?
It's... when was it? It was a while back. And it... Not a lot happens, but it's shot really well, and it's a great film. It's the one where he's got the jacket, the embroidered jacket. I'm trying to remember when it was. It was like early 2000s, probably.
No, I don't think I have seen it.
Oh no, 2011.
Yeah.
If you get a chance, watch that. It's great.
Okay. Well, I basically have really come around to Ryan Gosling after, and some of the recent things I've seen him in. I actually thought he was very good in Barbie as well.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
He's very, very good in that. And
well, he's just Ken, isn't he?
Well, yeah, he's just Ken. Yeah. And
he's enough.
But what was the other thing? Was it La La Land? He's brilliant in that. I love that film.
What a film! And also Emma Stone.
Oh yeah, she's your gal, isn't she?
What? But I think she's yours as well, isn't she? But that film, La La Land, what a film! That's
brilliant,
so good,
absolutely excellent. Yeah, and they're everything about that film.
Actually, talking about Project Hail Mary and La La Land, did you see Ryan Gosling when they did the scene that is the cover and the poster for the film of him and Emma Stone dancing with the street light and everything, and that scene? He's always been annoyed because his hand he didn't do properly and it's in the wrong position. So he recreated the La La Land poster and cover, but with Rocky from Hail Mary.
No way.
And made sure he did the hand properly.
Oh, when he's doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I would go as far as to say I would watch Hail Mary again because of the interaction between Rocky and
I'm also looking
brilliant.
forward to seeing Ryan Gosling in the new Star Wars film, which is coming out later this year, Starfighter. So it's like
there's another one for me to watch.
It's the newest new story within the Star Wars world. So it's not following on from any other. It's like its own story.
Right.
Yeah. And Ryan Gosling's the main character. So
right.
That should be good. And talking of Star Wars, Mandalorian and Grogu came out today. So I'm looking forward to going and seeing that. It is going to be just a long version of an episode of the series, but on the cinema screen. But I don't care. I'm sure it'll be great, and I'm sure I'll enjoy it. So yeah, looking forward to that. But talking about films, so you said you watched Project Hail Mary. I said earlier, I sat down this week and managed to actually sit down and get through a whole film. So for God knows how long, I'll get hardly any time.
Was it a review of some Super Blast 3s? Was it an actual film?
But I don't get a lot of time to just sit down and watch something. I'm always in my head. I'm always thinking I could be doing this, or I should be doing this, and so the only time really when I sit down to watch anything is while I'm eating, and I put some YouTube stuff on and things to watch while I'm eating, and then carry on and crack on with stuff. But it was show week at work this week, so all of our students had their end of year show of all their artwork. So we spent Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday putting up the show, and then Wednesday evening was the open, the exhibition private view for all the parents and friends to come along and see all the students' work. So we did that, which was fantastic. There's some amazing work done by our students this year. I was really impressed with some of them. And we had that, and that finished at 8 o'clock. So I drove home and I thought, right, I'm going to make myself some food and I'm just going to sit because this week's been mental. I'm going to sit and watch a film. And the film I decided to watch, which I wanted to go and see at the cinema, but I never actually got round to it, was a film called Weapons. I don't know if you've heard of this.
No, I'm going to have to Google that. I don't know what that is.
So it's a horror film.
Right.
But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fantastic.
Oh my God. I've just looked at the trailer. I've just looked at the first few images that have come up. What on earth have you watched?
So the premise of the film is one morning, a teacher goes into her classroom and all but one of her students aren't there. And all of those children at, I think it was 2:15 or 2:14 in the morning, the night before, all suddenly got up out of bed, ran out of the house and ran off, never to be seen again. So the whole class disappeared, all at the same time, and all ran out exactly the same. And so, like, houses that got cameras on the front of the house captured these kids going out of the house and just running away.
I heard about the Bensons for bed sale.
And it's basically just telling the story about what actually happened, and it's not like a real world story, so it's not like something that could actually happen. The premise is something that could actually happen, but the way it happened isn't something that could happen in real life. But it's fantastic, and some real good characters in it, and it does, like, I think there's about 5 or 6 different stories because it follows different characters, but it goes from different points. And then when these characters meet up, it then goes, okay, let's go back to the start and watch it from this character's point of view. And then they meet another character and it goes back and shows from that character's point of view.
Right.
And it's really clever.
So there's lots of main characters, sort of thing. There's lots of...
Yeah. But yeah, it's
storylines.
Very good. Yeah.
Good.
And the main characters, what's her name?
I've just looked. Josh Brolin's in it, isn't he?
Yeah, I was going to say Josh Brolin is in
Josh
it.
Brolin.
He's one of the main characters. There's a woman called Julia Garner. She's like the main character, Julia Garner. She plays the teacher. But then there's also Alden Ehrenreich in it, who I think is really good. He played young Han Solo in Solo, a Star Wars story. Right. But yeah, it's great. So if you like horror films and you like things that are a bit, there were a few gory bits, but not too much. It was, it's good.
Be honest. Did you get scared?
I didn't get scared, but I had one jump because there's a jump scare in it, which caught me.
It got you?
Yeah, it got me. So I did jump at one point because the jump scare.
Did you have to sleep with one eye open? Was it one of those kinds of films?
Clutching my pillow tight.
Yeah, wasn't quite that bad.
No,
horrific,
no.
Right.
It finished and I smiled because it was a good film. Yeah.
Right. That's a good review. Write that on their IMDb. It finished and I smiled.
But there we go. Yeah, I thought that was quite good. So yeah.
Well, shall we move on?
Yeah,
to a bit
just
of
quickly.
running?
Are you into horror films? Do you like horror films?
I normally think they're a bit silly.
Okay.
But yes, I like a classic horror film.
Yeah.
I almost don't like them when they start
When you say classic, what do you mean?
Well, I like the good old slashers. Like I like Nightmare on Elm Street. I like Scream.
Good.
I don't know if you call that a horror film, but like
Scream's definitely a horror film.
Yeah,
It's just a self-aware horror film.
It's like a teen kind of. Yeah,
It's
but like an actual horror film, like something like, have you ever seen Deliverance?
yeah, I wouldn't call that a horror film.
Okay, but that
Yeah.
that is that is horrific. Like that
Yes.
is psychologically damaging.
Yeah.
Like that's like a different. Or The
Yeah.
Hills Have Eyes. Is that anywhere near?
That's a horror film. The Hills Have Eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
The Hills Have Eyes is equally disturbing, actually.
Which one? The modern one, like the remake or the original?
I think I watched the original.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen the newer one, but that is that the one where they a typical storyline. They get stranded in a town, they don't know where they are. Or am I thinking of a different one? That's The Hills of Eyes, isn't it?
I think so.
They
Yeah. Yeah.
they break down and
Well, that's the premise of every classic horror film ever.
yeah. But yeah, there's some scenes in that which are absolutely ridiculous.
Yes.
But no, good old horror films. Are you thinking of like Chucky and
Yeah, that's a horror film. That's a classic. Yeah.
yeah.
Child's Play.
Has there been a good?
That's one of the video nasties of that era, the video nasty era where films got banned.
Oh, I didn't know it got banned.
Yeah.
What about Poltergeist? Remember that?
Yeah.
I remember that. That was good.
That's like a
I tell you,
psychological horror.
One that we've probably talked about a couple of times is what's that one where there's like a I don't know if they do it like they're filming themselves, a bit like the Blair Witch Project.
Oh yeah, there's
Paranormal
a great
Activity. Yeah,
film.
yeah, another good one. Have you ever seen Paranormal Activity?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
obviously, as you go up through 2, 3, 4, 5, it gets a bit silly.
Yeah.
A bit like the Final Destinations, which reminds me, I drove past a massive log truck today. It reminded me of the start of Final Destination 2.
Anyone of our age who ever sees a log truck, that's the first thing that comes into your head. Yeah.
What was the one I just said before then?
Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, I quite like them. I can't really think of many modern.
Hmm.
Did you watch that? I didn't watch it. The Haunting of Something House.
Haunting of Hill House. That's so
is that good?
The Netflix series. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And then there was another series as well, which had the same actors in, but it was like a new series, and that's great because the dad in it is Elliot from ET.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure he was also in a hospital drama I watched. Elliot from ET. Or am I thinking of somebody else? No, it was him. He plays like an autistic doctor who's really incredibly skilled, but has really bad interpersonal skills.
Is this a film or a TV?
That was a TV show.
Are you sure? I don't know if that's the same. Are you thinking of the Good Doctor or whatever it's called?
Yes.
That's not Elliot from ET.
That's not Elliot from ET, is it?
No.
Who am I thinking of then? Elliot from ET.
So the kid in the Good Doctor is an ex-child star, but not Elliot from ET.
Is he in the Gangs of New York?
Yes, he is. Elliot from ET.
Yes.
It's Leonardo DiCaprio's mate in Gangs of New York.
I'm just going to find out who this Good Doctor is because he's famous as well. He was a child actor.
Yes, he was.
Was he the guy from Sixth Sense?
No. Haley Joel Osment is not that guy, no.
The Good Doctor.
He was a child star in something, but I can't think. Yeah, Freddie Highmore. Yes, he was in he was in the Spiderwick Chronicles when he was
Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
Yes.
Willy Wonka with Johnny Depp. Yeah, that's it. Right, sorry. He's only 34. Anyway, so tell me about what you were saying about Elliot.
Haunting of Hill House. So good. Really, really good series. So definitely watch it.
Okay. Sounds good. Right.
What was the other one that was after it as well? So hang on. Haunting of Hill House. And then The Haunting of Bly Manor was the next one, I think.
Okay. Should I tell you another child star that I've got one of those Ryan Reynolds categories for that I just can't like?
A
The guy
child star.
who's
Did you say?
become an actor now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The
Were
guy,
they not were they not an actor when they were a child star? They've just become one now.
Yeah, they've become a child star. The Benjamin Button. It was the guy from About a Boy.
Oh yes, yeah. Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I think he's irritates
I think
me.
he's great. He was in
He's
a
in
film
Skins.
called. Yes, he was in Skins, and then he was in a film called Warm Bodies, where he played a zombie, which was quite good. What else has he been in? He was in the latest Nosferatu, which he was very good in.
Wasn't that bad? A bad film, or was it all right?
It was okay. It was all right. Yeah, I went to see it at cinema, and it was all right. I wouldn't say it was amazing, but it was all right. It was quite good.
I need to watch that Christian Bale one, the Emma Stone one. No, not Emma Stone.
Yeah,
the Irish actress.
Yeah, what's it called? The Bride. Yeah, I really want to see that as well. Yeah, I really want to see that. Yeah. Anyway, should we get off films, because we're an hour and 25 in, and
that's a record. I think
we've had a little bit of running this episode.
That is a record. That's got to be a record.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people are still listening at this point.
It's mad that we have any listeners at all, isn't it?
It's absolutely mental.
So let's talk about Sunday and Stuckley Quarter Marathon, because you've done two quite big things this week. But the first one was Stuckley Quarter Marathon, which was in your gaff, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I do a lot of my long runs around some of those lanes and stuff.
You went really posh then. Some of those
lanes. Yeah. And I never ever run them faster than steady marathon pace at a push. So running 10k pace around some of them just felt really weird. It felt like a brand new road section, because I was like, oh, I never run this pace down here. This feels really good. But basically the race is 50-50. You do the road section first, and then you do the second half on the trails. And it's not a fast course for that reason. And for another reason being that there's a massive hill within the first mile, something like that. No, just after, it's after mile 1. You basically go up this hill that I train up quite often, that you've probably heard me talk about before, called Black House Lane. It's a fantastic road. We did our tea drinking, running the red line challenge from the top of it.
Oh, okay. Right.
Do you remember driving up that lane? And I'm like,
I was going,
I'll do some of my Sunday long runs up here. Trying to show off to you. So it was a bit of a slog getting up there. But I mean, last time I did the race was 2023, and I did it in 50 minutes and 5 seconds. And last Sunday I got round in 46:58. So that's a minute a year. So I was quite pleased with that.
So next year you're going to do it in 43.
So I had the pleasure of seeing a few people I knew. Goldsby, saw Goldie there.
Excellent.
In the car park, like you said, Billy No Mates just standing by the cars. Yeah. And I saw him. I was like, Goldie. So we had a bit of a chat and a bit of a chinwag. And then I saw Tom Mutton, one of your BNR fellow club mates, and he was with his mate Dan. And that neither of them had run the race before, and they just were like, because in fact Tom might be running tonight at Mid Cheshire, which I think is going on now.
Yeah, well, it's finished.
Oh, it's probably finished. Yeah, it would have finished by now. But anyway, I think Tom has had that in the diary, and he was just running around Stuckley for a little jog. And I was like, mate, have you seen the course? Like, just be careful. So yeah, they had a good run. They did different times. I think Dan was looking for about an hour-ish, and I think he got in under that. And Tom did. I was running with him until the hill, and then he just showed me a clean pair of heels at jogging pace, and he cracked on up the hill. I think he ended up doing about 44-ish. And I saw Cameron Wilson, who wrote into the podcast last week, who was with Kate, and we had a little chat afterwards. And yeah, we were just chatting about the course and everything. And he is preparing for Edinburgh Marathon, which we forgot to mention this weekend.
Yes.
So I'm not sure what the weather's like up in Scotland, but I imagine it's going to be warm. So I really hope that the weather doesn't absolutely, torpedo people's races. But Cameron looked good. He felt confident, I think, going into the race, going into the marathon. And he I think he just had like a steady jog around the course. And there was about 275, I think, or 250 people did it. And I came 22nd.
Oh.
So I did it 3 minutes faster and came 11 places lower down.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So more and more people are obviously getting wind that there's quite a good club race on.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is. It's a challenging race, and people like pushing themselves at these unique kind of races, don't they? So
yeah.
And spare a thought for good old Henners, by the way. Henry Pugh, who is the triple winner so far. He's won every single one.
I was going to say he came second, didn't he?
He was confident going into it, but all of a sudden, right at the end, he got done by someone that put 10 seconds on him on the trail right at the end. He didn't even know who he was, where he came from. He said he kept looking over his shoulder and there's nobody there. And then 9.5K.
Guy from Malvern Joggers, weren't it?
Malvern Buzzards.
Malvern Buzzards, that was it. Yeah, sorry, Malvern Buzzards. Yeah.
And apparently he's only just joined the club. So, And, so Henry was gutted because he just couldn't respond and he couldn't keep up with this guy. And Henry nearly beat his own course record as well. So he nearly did a Cajelcha. The course, by the way, on the trails was different by all accounts this year. So usually, when there's like a crop field and you can literally run through the crops and you're running on the solid, hard soil, that's normally what you run through. But this time, the field was like completely ploughed and it was just literally a grassy field. So for, I don't know, most of the second half of the race, we were just running through like long grass. Luckily, it was dry, but it was not easy. And Henry and Aveen, shout out to Aveen as well, who finished third, female.
Oh, amazing.
Were in their Vaporflies, and they said, "We're wearing our Vaporflies to take to run as fast as we can on the road, and then whatever happens on the trail, we'll just try and stay on 2 feet." And it can't have been easy in Vapors because Vaporflies are quite have got quite a narrow fit, I find.
Mm-hmm.
So you could potentially, I think, go over on your ankle quite easily in a pair of Vaporflies because they're built for tarmac. They're built for fast cadence and not fast cadence, fast pace. But anyway, they managed to get round, and I think they both had a good race. But it's good. It's a good race, Stuckley Quarter. It's hard, but I mean, this time of year, I said it a while ago, and I stand by this. I'm not really interested in PBs between March and October. in September maybe. I just like to just do these races as fast as I can. And if I get PBs, unlikely, but brilliant. But if I don't, I certainly don't worry about it because the heat is usually the number one factor that slows people down.
Yeah.
I think 5K.
I was about to say, says the man who wants to go under 20 again this summer.
Yeah, I know. I do want to when we do that race that we signed up for last week. I do want to do well then, but again, it's British summertime, so anything can happen. But it was a good race. I did enjoy it, and we got a cake at the end. So I didn't want to take the mick and have more than one because that probably would have been taking the.
What did you go for?
So I wanted something a lot. I was probably being a bit. I had my hopes a bit too high. I was kind of scanning to see if there was something along the lines of a rocky road. That's really what I fancied. Something a bit nutty. And they recommended me a peanut butter cookie.
Ooh, yes.
Which was very good. Very, very good. And all the cakes on that cake stand are donated by the locals.
Oh, amazing.
So there's a really good array. So someone who is, let's say, a peanut butter cookie specialist will do them. Then you've got someone on the carrot cakes. Then you've got someone on the lemon drizzles. Then you've got someone else.
That was Goldie's choice, wasn't it? The lemon drizzle.
I think he went straight for the lemon drizzles. Yeah, I mean, that would have been my second choice, I think. But yeah, so that's your incentive to get round as fast as you can. So the good cakes are there.
Yeah, are still there. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good. It was good. You carry on. It was good.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think Andy's just dying.
Yeah, I'm all right.
I'm all right.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah, but
and then that was
you
it.
got round well, and
it's an 11 o'clock start as well, which makes things slightly odd. Okay. So I even went for a pre-race 5K just for a little warm-up. Just took Daisy for a run around the block. Because 11 o'clock's a little bit, I find it a bit late to start, a race. So, I got a little 5K in before we went. And, but I guess it's an 11 o'clock start because most people are finishing at 12. And the venue that they start and finish from is basically a pub. It's called the Hop Shed, which is a brewery.
So they can serve from 12.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's the deal, basically. We're giving you our car park and our fields and our place to start and finish, but you've got to give us the business. And who's going to want a beer at 10:30 in the morning? Sorry, at 10 and 9 or 10 in the morning. So I guess that's why it starts at 11.
Yeah.
I nearly went and I'm struggling.
Yeah, I know.
I need to hit the Benelin hard.
Yeah. But yeah, that sounds nice. It is one I would like to do. I've just you need to get in early, don't you? Because by the time I thought, I'd quite like to do that, it was sold out. So
yeah, it does sell out quick. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Well, this week I have learnt my lesson a little bit. So I ran down to Parkrun on Saturday, and on the way down there, I was like, my hamstring is not going to be able to be up to running around a track later. So instead, I just ran Parkrun steady and then ran home to get my mileage in for the day, and then text Wayne and went, look, I'm really sorry, mate, but I ain't going to make the track. If I come and race today, I'm going to put myself out for the rest of the season, which is pointless. So I decided not to. So then on Sunday, went out for me Sunday long run and just ran around the lanes and the canal again, which was really nice. And then Tuesday, I went down to club. Well, I ran on the Monday as well, but on Tuesday I ran down to club, and they my idea was to do the warm up with them, and then I was going to go and run down round the lake and back. And I started the warm up with them, and they started running towards the lake, and I was like, oh, and they were doing a session down at the lake. So I ended up running all the way down to the lake with them. I did a loop of Ipsley and back whilst they were doing their session, because I was like, I'm not going any faster than steady today, just because my hamstring still isn't 100%. So I was sensible, and then got back and ran back with them. So that was all good. And then yesterday, went down to session, did the warm up with them, and it was a track session. And I went, right, I'm going to do the track session, but like I should have done last week, I am going to run at threshold pace. So I'm going to go and, sub threshold pace and do 3:45 a K. So 90-second laps, which is what I said I wanted to do last week, and then ran the first K in 3:21. So yeah, I wasn't going to be silly like that. And the session was 4 times 1,000 meters, 100 meters recovery, 400 meters, 400 meters recovery. So it's like a K, then 100 meters rest, 400 meters, and then a lap to recover between those. And it was 4 of them. And I said to myself, right, 90-second laps, 3:45 a K. And I did, for the Ks, I did 3:45, 3:46, 3:47, 3:46. So pretty much bang on. And for the 400s, I did like 120, 129, 126, 127, 126 or something like that. So pretty much exactly what I wanted to do. And it felt cruisy, it felt comfortable, and my hamstring felt okay. So I learnt my lesson, was sensible, and things are all good this week. So
that's good.
Hopefully my hamstring is feeling a lot better. My left leg still isn't right, but it felt the best it's felt in weeks yesterday. So hopefully we are on the way back up, and we can actually race in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, good. So you've got nothing in until the 5K. Oh, no, you got 2 castles.
Yeah, I've also got something else in now as well. But I won't be racing it, I don't think. So basically, Hilly 100, the men's team had a couple of people drop out. I'm not sure why. So they've moved around people from the mixed team into the men's team. So the men's team's full again now. But now, because of that, they're missing people on the mixed team. And Tamara put out a message and said, so we're asking if anybody can fill in. Don't think you've got to race it. Just use it as a training run. So I'm going to do exactly that. And I'm doing leg 10 again. So exactly the same leg as I did when I did it last time. But I'm going to do it easier. So rather than going for it like I did last time, basically I tried to break an hour last time over just over 10 mile. And there's some nice hills in that 10 mile. I think
that's probably about 2:30 marathon pace, 2:40 marathon pace, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, if you times that by 2,
10 miles an hour,
20 miles in 2 hours.
Yeah.
5 miles would take you half an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. So about 2.
That's fast, man.
Yeah. So, but I've been looking at the thing, and hang on, I had the choice of either leg 7 or leg 10, and I decided on leg 10 again.
Right.
But that's the elevation. Oh, what's happened here? Oh no. Playing crazy things. So that's the elevation for it. So it's just a massive hill in the middle.
Crikey.
So overall, there's 112 meters gain across the 10 miles.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No, because it's all in that.
It's all in
one
that
hill,
2 miles,
basically.
isn't it? Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'll be running that, and we shall see how I get on.
Speaking of hills, by the way, shout out to the Worcester Kipchoge, Kieran Deegan.
Oh, go on
His segment of Black House Lane is still safe for another year.
then. Amazing.
So, although Henry beat Kieran last year at the race, Kieran considers himself the real winner for getting the segment crown on Black House Lane, which is, honestly, if ever you come to over this neck of the woods, seek out Black House Lane and have a go at it. It took me 8.5 minutes, and that's pretty much a decent clip for me. I think the segment record is 7:02 for Kieran, and Henry did it in 7:03, and the eventual winner of last week did it in like 7:04. So Kieran has still got the segment, so I think he's loving it.
Awesome. That's why you were all upset last year at the Worcester half, because you couldn't do the It's on Andy segment.
Oh yeah, it's gone because they've cut it in half, haven't they?
Yeah.
It's not even It's Off Andy, as Mac created. So yeah. But yeah, good to hear that you'll be racing. So how many days to wait until that? When's that?
So that is a week on Sunday.
A week Sunday, right.
Yeah. And then the week after that is the Welsh Castles, which I'm a bit gutted I didn't put my name down for, actually, because it's a big club race. That is the Welsh Castles. It's a big one.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit annoyed I didn't put my name down, but it's also the Leamington Spa half that weekend. So I don't know whether to go and do that as a bit of a training run as well.
Yeah, you could do, couldn't you?
And then the week after,
tricky course, isn't it, Leamington?
Yeah, it's a bit illy, yeah. So, and then the week after is Two Castles. So,
yeah, I'm looking forward to Two Castles.
And
I just want to be. I mean, I don't think I'll get anywhere near a 10k PB. I think you'd have to be on pretty good form to get a 10k PB there anyway.
Yeah, big time.
But if I could just get under 42, which is what I think I can do, that'll beat last year's time.
I was going to say, what is your best time on Castles?
I think it's 42. I think I did 42 mid last year. So if I can get close-ish to 40.
Yeah, I think I just about broke 37 last year. Not last year, year before. That's
I think decent going.
2024.
Because the first half is easier, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the second half is where it gets hilly. Because the first half is essentially flat and downhill, isn't it?
Yeah. That's the...
obviously, there's that first hill to get up and out of Warwick.
That's the course profile.
Yeah, bloody hell. That one at 5k is bloody horrid, isn't it? and that lump halfway through the second half, I remember that.
Yeah. But
it's a really good race, isn't it?
In 2024, I did 36:58 on the chip time. So, yeah, quite happy with that.
Yeah.
So anything faster than that, and I'll be happy this year.
Oh, yeah, you're flying if you do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but there we go. Right. Now, question. Shall we go through comments and emails, and then you can tell us all about your epic run on Monday, or do you want to do it the other way around?
Well, yeah, I'll get my run out of the way.
Yeah,
and then it could be business as usual. It was a long run, but I won't bore you with all 9 hours of the race of the run that I did.
Well, we're going to find out all about it in 10 years' time.
Exactly. Right. So here's the thing. After doing this once, I'm now thinking, have I bitten off more than I can chew? Because like the logistics, let alone the actual running, of meeting Laura at all these like, for example, we had 4 pit stops planned at checkpoint 2, which was 25k in, so 15 mile in. I saw her at 15k, so I saw her at what's that, 8 mile, and at 25k is when I said I'll see you again, the footpath was closed. So I had to text her or give her a voice note and saying, I'll just see you at the next one. So I had to get from 15 to 40 with just my 1 litre of water that I'd almost already finished. So I crawled basically to the halfway point or just beyond halfway and arrived there a little bit worse for wear. But yeah, let me take you to the start. So the path starts in a place called Minehead, which Alex Bodin laughed at this, but I think I'm banging the money with this. Most people will know Minehead for Butlins.
Yeah, 100%.
Because Butlins put Minehead on the map, and that's that's Minehead owes all its fame and fortune to Butlins. But by the way, we stayed at a campsite on top of a hill, looking down at the Butlins site. It is massive. It is like it's a resort. It's like, I can't believe how big it is. I've never been, but it looks absolutely.
I've never been to Butlins. Yeah,
really big. But on the morning we started later than planned because I forgot to get any freezer bags, so we had to go to a Tesco at opening at 6:30, so I could put my spare socks and my gloves and all this stuff I wanted to keep dry in my bag because I forgot I didn't have anything waterproof to hold it. So we had a slightly later start, but I started at 7, which wasn't too bad in the end. And then I made really good time to the first checkpoint, which was 15k, and then set off again after, because I said to Laura, one thing I've really got to try and do, I know this is awful me saying this, but I can't spend too much time with you when I stop. I've just got to crack on. Because when I was doing the river, I was having like 45-minute breaks for like the last day. Look, because I couldn't be bothered to get back up and going again. So that's why I was running 15 hours a day, because I was spending half of it sat on my chair.
Yeah.
And so this time I was like, right, I'll see you. I'll have a bit of saurine. I'll refill my bottles. I'll treat it like an aid station and I'll just crack on again. So that's exactly what I did. Second checkpoint, had to miss that. And then I got to this place called Lynmouth, which is just beyond halfway, which is about 40k in. So round about the marathon in to doing a 60k run. And let me tell you, some of the hills to get to that point were just disgraceful. Like, I don't mind running hills. I can run hills. I'm not great at running hills, but I can. But some of them were just, if it wasn't the angle and the gradient, it was what was underfoot. Like some of the sea cliffs, you're like 300 foot in the air, but still you're running on broken shale. Yeah. So you can't run very fast. You have to watch where you're putting every footstep because it's all like scree and broken rock that you're running on. So that was really quite challenging. But a lot of the first half of that day was running through the woods, that's probably, when it comes to trail running, that's my favorite terrain to run on and through, is through shaded woodland, because it's out of the sun, it's out of the rain, it's out of the wind, and hopefully you can get some nice runnable, soft trails to run on. And then we got to this place called Lynmouth after doing this horrendous hill. Saw Laura, got myself ready to go again. I got about 5k down the road, and then that element of doubt crept in, and I just thought, I don't need to do this. I don't need to do 60k today. I've got 10 years to make up this distance. I'm not going to push myself today. And we had to check into our campsite no later than 5 p.m. And by now it was like 1:30. So I was like, right, I could get to this next checkpoint, which is at 50k, and just call it there. So that's what I'm going to do. And on my watch, I planned to do 58. And on my watch, I did 53. So that's how many wrong turns I'd made. I did make a couple of wrong turns. But it's a combination of that and the GPS drift as well. And every time you go off the route to have your, go to the car or whatever, you do add on a bit of distance. So ended up calling it on my watch about 54k in. And I was about 5 miles short of Combe Martin.
Okay.
I could see it in the distance because I called it right on the top of this cliff. And as I said, I'm going to call it. It started absolutely smashing down. And I was like, yes, I'm doubly calling it now because this is not what I signed up for. This isn't the blooming winter spine. This isn't the blooming Moab 100 or whatever. I don't need to put myself through this unnecessary struggle. So yeah, I'm just going to call it a day here. I'm 53k, 32 mile. That's not that bad of an innings. I'm quite pleased with that.
Yeah.
And that's a fairly sizable chunk done.
Especially as you said, you wanted to do 50k each time.
Yeah. I think if I'd have got 20k in and said, right, I'm going to have to call it, that's alarm bells would be ringing there. But I've only stopped 5k short. And looking ahead at the next stage when I do go down, and I am already thinking, because I've been on the website non-stop looking at the route, and I think I'm going to go down either September or October this year and do the second stage. Half of the second stage is flat and along a river that brings you into a place called Barnstable. So there's a good half marathon section there, which I can, get myself back to where I need to be.
Yeah.
But the views were absolutely incredible. The trail was surprisingly quiet. All right, Bobes. Bobes.
Hey.
There he is. All right, Bobes. Yeah, honestly, it's just a beautiful trail. And it's the hardest trail in the UK as well. I think it's commonly known as the hardest national UK trail. So stack that up against the Cotswold Way or the Pennine Way or all of those big ones. This is the daddy. Apparently, doing the whole thing around the whole coast, it's like climbing Everest 5 times from top to bottom. Like, it's big. There's a lot of climbing. But as you can imagine, the cliffs, the whole thing is epic. It's just drama. It's just beautiful. And I can't tell you how amazing some of those moments were, just seeing. And not everyone will get this, but like you will, because you're a Midlander. But if you're not from near the sea, you just appreciate it so much more. And when you see it, you're just like, oh, this is just food for my soul. It's just amazing. Just seeing the water, the color of the water, and it's just magical. It's just absolutely magical. And the whole idea of this is I'm going to get older, but hopefully the trail will stay the same. It won't age. It might outlive me. I think it will. And the idea is I'm going to try and complete this in 10 years. Whether I can do that or not, I don't know. I'm now thinking of changing my tactics of maybe Laura and I will go down and I'll maybe do 3 10-milers over 3 days.
Okay.
Maybe might do that because logistically it's easier. It's less strain and stress on Laura, who has to sit and wait for me all day. So there are little ideas that I've got to maybe make the whole thing more easier, but can still get things done in one trip down there. It doesn't have to be an ultra marathon every time. Obviously, that would be great because it's easier to do it that way. But however way you look at it, the place down there is amazing. And my first stint, I ran across somewhere called Elesmore. Anyone who knows Elesmore will know that. I think the military train there. I think the SAS are up there. Or is it Dartmoor? It's one of those anyway. But the climbs are just brutal. And I learned a lot, mainly that I think I need to get some poles. I think I'm going to get some Z poles or Z poles, as the cool kids would call them. And I think that might make my day slightly easier next time I do it. But yeah, just nothing but good things to say about it. And I'm really glad that I've kind of taken on this massive, massive challenge because I think I can do it. And I think it'll be good fun documenting it, what I'm thinking and feeling and what's going on in my life, at the time. So yeah, really good time.
Awesome.
It took me 9 hours, by the way, 9 hours to do 50k. I remember doing 50k around Pitchcroft on a hot day in July last year. Did that in 6, and I thought I could probably chop an hour off that. So yeah, 9 hours. It was a slog out there. It really was.
Yeah. Sounds ace though, and I can't wait to see the video in 10 years' time.
Yeah, you have to wait, unfortunately. That's, yeah.
Ace. Have you started editing it?
I have done the first little bit, and I am not going to rush it because I've got time. So I don't want to try and do it, and so I'm going to do it and then edit it and get it.
That was going to be one of my questions. Is do you think your editing style will change across the 10 years?
I think so. I think musically will. I think my music taste will probably change over the years, and yeah, I might. Hopefully, I get better at editing. So hopefully, by the end of it, it becomes more of a watchable kind of video and less fluff and less waffle, maybe. But yeah, hopefully the videos improve with age as well.
Yeah, excellent.
So
good. Ace, sounds good. So, shall we go over to some comments and some emails?
Yeah, I have a feeling I know what they might be dominated by. I haven't read them, but I maybe shared a little bit too much on last week's podcast. And I wonder if one or two people might have mentioned that. Are you looking for something? Because I can play something while you're waiting if you want.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, I think you all know what I'm talking about if you watched last week's episode. But we had Matt Southam send us a little text tonight, and he said this.
All right, lads. I'm out on my run.
Hopefully you can
It's a
hear
lovely
that.
summer's evening listening to Andy's Poos News. Never before have I heard two guys on a podcast for 2.5 hours talk so much and say so little. And congratulations, Andy, on now joining the ranks of the elite, a proper, true runner. I can remember my first time. It was during the Beachy Head Marathon, and I had to go twice, and I can tell you there's not many bushes, but I did find a bush, and it was in the middle of a field in this little village called Arlington. It's very pretty. And I squatted, did the business, stood up and realised just across the field from me was a wedding reception, all pointing and laughing. Wonderful. And to add insult to injury, I was wearing a tutu and dressed as a fairy.
What a legend. So that's Matt Southam. That's
good.
That's 250 marathon runner Matt Southam there. I think he's run 250. But yeah, what an incredible story. So
good.
If you've got any Poos News and you want to come on national podcast television and radio, then let us know.
Yeah, incredible. Love it.
Wedding reception. Unbelievable.
Right, so comments. First one from last episode is from It's Ghost Pepper. And they say, great episode as always, gents. Just a little warning for Andy when he goes north to find Nessie. Loch Ness Marathon is a beast which can bite back. While it's fast on paper, the results speak for themselves. With a course record of 2:15:46 and only 2 men's winners ever dipping under 2:20, I definitely wouldn't class it as fast. Keep up the great work, and I can't wait until Andy's Ultra Adventure recap videos.
Awesome. Well, yeah, thanks for the tip.
Yeah. Next one is from Rob Scott, and he says, shoes news. Do you want to do the...
I can't. News. There you go, Rob. News.
Brilliant. He says, I see your Chinese shoes and raise you French shoes. The secret hack to amazing 100-pound carbons is to go to Decathlon and buy a pair of Kiprun Kipstorm Challengers. I've done a few sessions in mine, and they remind me of a more stable, smoother Takumi Sen. Definitely a fantastic 5 to 10k option, probably up to half marathon if you're feeling adventurous. Mine should be making their 10k debut at the end of May. Definitely go half a size down.
Did he say how much?
100 quid.
£100.
Yeah, I've heard some good stuff about the Kip Run stuff, and they what is the one? Because there's a Kip Run Kip Storm. It's not the Challenger, but the Kip Run Kip Storm something, and it's the equivalent of the Super Blast.
Oh, is it? Okay.
And gets very good reviews.
No way.
So yeah, another way to get cheap, decent shoes is to go French rather than Chinese. But
yeah,
I'd much rather go French than the Chinese in the shoes. But I'm still never going to go French.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, is it, for you?
No,
it could happen for me, but it's never going to happen for you.
No. On that though, I did try out the Mega Blast again this week.
Did you?
Yeah, I wore them for Tuesday's run, and I'm still not sold on them completely. They're good. I do think they're a very good shoe. It's just because I've always used Adidas, and Adidas are quite slim and slender in their build.
Yeah,
they're not quite, and I've got used to that. And the Mega Blast are quite a chunky shoe, aren't they? They are really wide, and because of that, they're so stable. But I'm just trying to get my head around the fact they are so wide, even though they're still quite a tempo-y shoe. They do want you to go faster, but there's such a big amount of shoe underneath your foot. How wide it is. They're quite clumpy, but they're still a great shoe and still feel great. I just need to get my head around that thing of them not being slim like an Adidas shoe. So but no, they're good. Next one is from episode 110, and it is from Dave, Run Like a T-Rex, and he says, "Jar Jar Binks slander will not be tolerated." All right.
I don't know what I'm slandering, to be honest, Dave.
Yeah. I watched Phantom Menace with my lad yesterday for the first time. He enjoyed it, so hoping he'll watch the others with me too. Yes, a new fan in the making. Andy, just know somewhere a nerd has just had a rage aneurysm from your Chewy description. Brilliant. Right. Next one again is from last week's episode, and it says, "Surreal moment. I did the Chester half, which started at the racecourse. Whilst waiting to start, I was listening to your pod, hearing you guys doing a granular analysis of your bowel movements. Had to change the music just before the off, but it gave me a good laugh. Reminds me of a defecation-related story from the previous week. From the previous week at Leeds Marathon. Usually, I'm like clockwork, black coffee, and the magic starts after that. But because we had to get up early and drive to Leeds, it threw things off, and I had to do my business at the stadium. Now, it was probably a 20-minute wait for the cubicle. The guy 2 in front of me waited for 20 minutes too. But oddly, when he got in there, his feet were facing the bowl. We could see this in the queue, and there was widespread consternation among the runners, desperate to do their toilet drop, that he hadn't just used the urinals.
Oh, no.
So he'd waited for 20 minutes to go and use the cubicle to have a wee, whereas everybody in the queue was waiting to go and drop the kids off.
Yeah.
Interesting. That is bizarre. Why wouldn't you just go and use the urinals? Maybe he had stage fright and he didn't want to go to the urinal.
Yeah, because it is quite confronting, isn't it? The men's urinals in one of those event villages.
Yeah. Yeah, because you get the confident guys who just come in and they don't care. And then you get the ones who are a bit more, anxious about peeing in front of someone. Like, I've always thought about this, right? Urinals are weird. Who decided that you should stand next to another man with your with your manhood in your hand having a pee. Who decided that was normal?
A man, probably.
Yeah.
Probably cheaper than building cubicles.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? When you think about it.
It's well, the biggest thing is that it's self-flushing, isn't it? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, the older style ones would have been.
But you could still have a partition between each one.
Yeah. Just put a plank of wood there for a bit of privacy.
Yeah.
There's no privacy in the men's bathrooms, is there?
No, it's strange. But there we go. Next one is from Light It Up. So Sam, and he's saying,
is he proud of me?
He says, "How on earth am I catching strays when Andy has just said the phrase like a bottle of HB sauce in the shower?" Brilliant. He then says, "No wipe is radical, and with 10k to go, it's on Andy."
I'm not proud. I'm not proud of myself.
It's on Andy has a whole new meaning.
Yeah, it does. I'm not proud of it.
Great pod as always, lads. See you soon.
Got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Forward movement at all costs. Bowel movement at all costs.
Next comment is from Roz Hotston. And they say, "Welcome to the Wild Poo Club, Andy. It happens to the best of us, apparently. Top tip, always carry wipes. Delighted to have appeared on the elevation leaderboard again. Not too shabby for a little old lady who is fast approaching her 61st birthday.
Wow.
Well, whilst Loch Ness is trending downhill, don't be fooled. Beware the hill."
Okay. A few people have said this now, yeah.
Yeah, so Roz, who is appearing quite regularly on our leaderboard, is approaching her 61st birthday. That's amazing, Roz. She also followed up to say, "Forgot to add, RE, the Wild Poo Club. We have adders here, which adds to the fun."
Oh my God.
It's like a danger wild poo rather than just a wild poo.
Yeah. God, imagine the clickbait. Imagine the YouTube thumbnail. Yeah. I pooed on a snake. I shat on an adder.
And then last one comes from Wayne Farrington. He was one of my locals. And he says, "Fab stuff as ever, guys, and well done, Brett, on an epic London Marathon run." Cheers, man. Andy, when talking about quick marathons, you missed out Edinburgh, which is meant to be PB territory as long as it's not too breezy, as most of it is a coastal out and back. I'm doing it on Sunday and trying to get under 3 hours 58, which is my PB from Manchester 2024. So we'll let you know how I get on.
Please do.
Andy, your poos news was hilarious. I can relate, as got caught short once, 8 miles into an out and back coastal path run, when a tie takeaway from the previous night repeated badly on me, and I had to escape behind a bush and do my business. Think a dock leaf or something similar came to the rescue, and then a mile or so later, I passed a public toilet in a nearby village. If only I'd have held it in for another 10 minutes. Brilliant. Wayne, best of luck in Edinburgh. I really hope you don't get the wind of the past couple of years and it all goes well and you get that PB. So run well, mate.
Yeah, good luck.
And that is the end of our comments. I don't know if we have any emails.
Yeah, we've only got a couple. So this one's from Lan Nim. He says, or they say, I should say, I don't know if they're, man or woman, I don't know, it's just Lan Nim. "Hi, Andy and Brett. Great pod as always, and loving the poos news. I've run 4 half marathons and cramped badly every time, and at almost the same point, most recently at Bristol on May the 10th. I made all the usual adjustments: slower start, gels, hydration, with electrolytes, banana for beforehand, longer runs than before, using non-super shoes, etc. But still seized up at 15k and walked the 6k to the finish. I have ran 16 to 21k during training, granted a bit slower, and had no issues. I'd be happy to share my experience as a real-life case study on cramping. Feels like I'm the only one, and stretching it out doesn't help me to continue to run, but rather limp to the end. I feel it's obviously a physical issue, but also mental, where I would adjust my form to anticipate for it during race environment. Is it stage fright? Train harder or more? Separately, are you interested in running the Unity 5K on the 16th of August? It's a special one-off event off the back of the European Athletics Marathon. Doesn't seem like a PB course, undulating and lots of turns, but seems rude not to be in a brummie. Thanks and keep up the great work. The Nimrod.
Amazing. Yes, I am interested in the Unity 5K. We mentioned it before, haven't we?
Yeah.
I am up for doing that. I think I will get an entry into that, definitely.
Yeah, I think so too. But yeah, the cramping thing.
Yes.
If it happens 10 miles in every time, 16k in, almost always, what's going on?
I think it's partly mental, but also, unfortunately, I feel there is only one cure, because I used to struggle big time with cramping. I used to get cramps in pretty much every race. And the only thing that sorted it...
No, don't listen to him. He's going to say it and he doesn't mean it.
I mean it 100%. The only thing that stopped me cramping in every race was S&C.
No, don't bother.
It is endurance of your muscles, and when your muscles have got to their limit, that's when they start to cramp. The only way of building up endurance in your muscles is to make them stronger. The only way to make them stronger is to get in that gym and do some S&C.
I wonder if it might be worth as well seeing where the similarities happen. Like, is it always in the calf? Is it always in the hamstrings? Yes. Is it always in the glutes?
That was my other question as well.
If it is, you can isolate where it is and then work on that relative.
See, my issue always used to be my hamstrings. My hamstrings have always been my Achilles heel. And it wasn't until I got in the gym and started doing all of my S&C, but mainly my single leg deadlifts. That's when I stopped cramping in races so much, and I was managing to get through it. So as much as I don't want to say that is the answer, that is the answer. Get in the gym, get some S&C going, unfortunately.
Or maybe think about adjusting your pace to a slower pace, because maybe your body just can't. If you don't want to do S&C, maybe you've got to just compensate by running a bit slower.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like too hard of a load for your body to handle. So I don't know.
Therefore, imagine how fast you'd run if you did some S&C.
I'm quite happy with my 3 hours 10 with no S&C. Like I've always said, I want to get to 3 hours under. I want to get to 2:59:59. We've never spent a minute in the gym. That's my only aim in life.
Oh yeah, I was going to say no. You've done some S&C, but you did that at home, didn't you? So you didn't actually get to the gym.
Doesn't really count. No, I know sooner or later I'm going to have to do it. I know.
Yeah, you're getting older, mate. You're getting older, and the only way older people can get through all of this is you've got to get that gym into your routine. I know some people are less injury prone, like you. You've been very, very good on that front. You've not really picked up any injuries, and I'm amazed at that. But there will come a point where you have to. An aging body is needs
I'm getting younger.
It needs some TLC.
Right. On that note, we've got.
But thank you for the email, and I hope that helps. But yeah, get in the gym. That's
the answer you didn't want.
The answer. Yeah, that's the answer. Get in the gym, make your muscles stronger.
Our last email is from Will Ford, and he said, "Hi both. Last year, I think it was, I suggested a running the Red Line Ultra for all your troops. Brett sprinting around London with a broken leg soon put that to bed. Question is, this year, next year, or never?"
Ooh,
From Will.
Okay.
Well, that would be fun. Don't get me wrong. It would be. But the problem is with ultras, really, if you're going to do this as a group, the consensus has to be we've got to run to the slowest person's pace. So the slowest person has to be honest and tell you what they can run to. Otherwise, it becomes an every man for himself kind of scenario, which in turn makes organising it a little bit more tricky, because then you think, well, shall we do pace groups? Shall we do this? And they think, well, if we're not doing it all together, what's the point? So I don't know. To be honest, it would be a very difficult thing to organise.
Yeah. And to make it safe, if you aren't all running together in a group, so you can check everybody's there, you have to put in checkpoints where somebody can be to make sure everybody is passing that checkpoint, to make sure everybody is still going and no one's got lost.
Yeah. I mean, what about if somebody like dies on one of our ultras? Do we say everyone's going to turn around and point the finger at us and say, well, it was their ultra, they organised this.
Yeah. It was their silly idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's the thing is with ultras and running with multiple groups of, multiple people, it's just a little bit difficult to organise because there's so much to consider, which is why maybe doing this sort of thing would be better at an organised event.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rather
picking
than us
an
doing it on
organised
our own.
ultra that we all meet up and do.
Yeah.
That is probably a better idea, isn't it?
Like, I've always liked the idea of doing a backyard ultra, and I will get round to doing that one day. And I think if I choose one, I'll let people know on the podcast which one I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And maybe we can somehow...
I'll come and join you doing one of them.
You could just sit in the tent and support if you want. You don't have to do it.
No, I fancy coming and doing it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I fancy having a go at that.
So I think they're usually 4-mile loops. Is that right? And you have to go on the hour every hour. I think that's the idea.
You have to complete it every hour, don't you?
So they are getting more and more common.
Ready to go for the next loop at the start of the hour, don't you? Whether you've just finished the last one or whether you've had a rest for 20 minutes. Yeah. Backyard ultra distance. 4.167 miles or 6.706 kilometers every loop.
I wonder if that's because it was once upon a time round somebody's backyard,
and that was
around it, and that was the loop was just happened to be that distance.
Yeah.
So yeah, that does interest me, that sort of thing. So maybe we'd be better off doing that sort of thing.
Oh, hang on. It's because dividing 100 miles by 24 hours results in exactly 4.1666 miles.
Okay.
So it's if you do 24 hours, you've done 100 miles.
24 laps.
Yeah.
So if you do, that's your target, 24.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So a full day, 24 hours, one day.
Ooh. That does sound good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, no, it sounds awful.
But I'm up for doing. If you ever sign up for one, I'm up for doing that. I'm up for coming and having a go.
The reason I like those events as well is because it's the last man or woman, if Sarah Perry's playing, standing. where they can go on for days.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the world record's something like 5 days, isn't it?
Yeah. It's mad. And did you see that one where there were those two guys? There's Aussie guys, were they Americans?
Yeah.
They were like racing each other.
One guy thought he had won, and then all of a sudden he just crossed the finish line and went straight to the start line for the next lap.
Yeah, weren't they doing like a sub 16 5K or something on their last yard or something on their last lap? Like they're running really quite fast. Maybe not sub 16, but like sub 20, definitely.
Yeah, it's mental.
So, yeah, I like it because it's tactical as well. Because if you could run one fast lap and one slow lap, maybe, so you could have a bit more rest and then a bit less rest on the body, and yeah.
The faster you run it, the more time you've got to sit down and have a rest. But then you're running fast every time, so it's going to take more out of you.
Yeah, but then doing one of those races, you've almost got to clear your calendar of races and running for weeks afterwards. So it's going to have to be like a summer one, isn't it? So but yeah, maybe we'll put it on the maybe list, because let's do Parkrun in the Red Line first.
Yes,
and then hopefully we'll create a better one than last year. And then as we start to do more and more things, maybe we can do something. But I think we'll have to leave it as a maybe for now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for getting in touch. Remember, if you would like to get in touch, either leave us a comment on the YouTube video. Whilst you're there, go and subscribe to our channel. And if you want to email in, the email address is runningtheredlinepod@gmail.com. There's only one thing left to do that I can think of, and that is the Strava segment. And last week's leaderboard. In first place with a fantastic number, 80 miles on the nose, 80.0 miles, is Sean Daly. So well done for that, Sean. Second place is Adrian Pickersgill with 65.9 miles. And in third place is Chloe Hamard with 63.5 miles.
Nice.
So amazing work for those three. And then on our climbing, we have in first place Martin Cliff with an amazing 11,663 foot of climbing.
Up to his name.
Yeah. And in second place is Here Comes Bod with 9,081 foot, which is also amazing. And again, also amazing, Sean Daly in third with 8,280 foot. It's been a big week for the top three. So well done to all three of you. And then for our ladies, because Chloe came third in the mixed leaderboard, we've got three more ladies. So in first place is Jojo Coleman with 45.1 miles. Second is Leanne Byard with 42.2 miles. And third is Emma S with 39.2 miles. But with her 39.2 miles, she did quite a bit of climbing. And Emma S is first for our climbing with 3,327 foot. Second is Jojo Coleman with 2,733 foot. And third is Aveen D with 1,957 foot. So amazing work from everybody this week.
Very good stuff.
There was one more person that we need to give a quick shout out to, isn't there? Who did a particular ultra last weekend.
Yes. Oh God, I can't believe you haven't mentioned him.
Yeah.
The Bodinator.
Yes. Alex Bodin. This guy runs.
Yeah,
He
amazing. So he went and
didn't quite make the leaderboard because we had such huge climbing numbers this week. But he deserves a shout out, Alex Bodin. This guy runs for taking on the Centurion 50 miler.
Yeah.
It was the
So,
South
I think
Downs
that
way,
was-
was it?
Yeah, I think that's right. Well, I don't think it was the North. It was the South Downs, yeah. And incredibly well run. I think I recall him saying that he almost came away from it almost having an element of, I wish I could have hit a slightly bigger, faster time or something like that. But what he did was absolutely outrageous. Here he is. He says on this thing here, it was not the day I wanted, but the day I got. 9 hours, 27:55 for 81K, 50 miles. And I couldn't ask for it any other way. And yeah, just an absolute legend. There's him beaming with pride.
Amazing.
With his medal. So yeah, that's an incredible run, mate. And serious
awesome work,
good,
Alex.
really. And Box Hill was one of the bumps en route as well, which looks like a real beast.
Yeah, I cycled up Box Hill during the London 100 one year, but to get up Box Hill, it was like a big zigzag because it was so steep. You couldn't just go up it straight. So it was a big zigzag, turning back on yourself to slowly go up the hill. But to run straight up, it must have been, crazy good.
Lactic hell, yeah.
So,
yes, well done,
amazing
Alex.
work.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And someone else I just want to quickly mention, he endorses this podcast. He is Home Pierpoint AC's newest recruit. He's got a vest. He's going to have to wear it at Two Castles.
Yes.
If he wants to get in the club start. It's Beardy Rich.
Yeah.
He's now a club runner. Unbelievable.
So good. So good.
He's going to go after the club records now. That's what he'll be like.
Definitely. He's got to win it.
Yeah.
He's got to.
So, yeah, he'll be proud as punch, wearing his vest.
Yeah.
Repping the club at Two Castles, but mainly to just get out a bit quicker. I think that's why he's joined the club.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to start in the what is, I can't remember what he calls them. In the masses, yeah. But
yeah. Amazing. Awesome. Right. On that, we will say thank you so much for watching or listening. Go and give us a subscribe on YouTube or a follow on your podcast platform of choice. Also, whilst you're there on the podcast platform, give us a 5-star review. Why not? We haven't asked for that for a long time, so why not ask for it now? But yeah, thank you so much.
At least you can do.
Yeah, 2.5 hours in. Why not? Yeah, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys. See you later. See you next week. Parkrun's going to be fun tomorrow, isn't it? Might just volunteer.